In life, how we spend our time and the people we spend it with are important. Think of our time as an investment in ourselves, like money in a savings account. Our friends and the relationships we build are not random. They influence our life's journey. Picture life as a vast ocean with each person as their own island. Friendships are like bridges connecting these separate islands. Without friends, there can be invisible barriers that affect trust and how our relationships function. There are effects of this loss that last throughout our lives. They change the quality of our relationships and the way we live. It's important to stress that having fewer friends isn't always a bad thing. Some people enjoy the tranquility of a calmer sea, where the waves are big but not too many. However, it becomes necessary to set sail in search of change when loneliness turns into an uncomfortable shadow and the lack of friends causes more storms than tranquility. We need to understand that quantity does not always mean quality. A few real deep links can be more powerful than a lot of shallow ones. In this study, we look into the complicated aspects of not having friends and break down its causes and effects for you. We learn to trust each other and deal with the deep effects that trust has on our relationships. Not only is this trip a study of the problem, it's also a search for real-world answers. The goal is not just to understand, but also to start a stoic journey, looking for knowledge in old ideas to build strong links to real and important relationships. As we talk about these complicated topics, come along with us as we try to figure out the connections between lack of friendship and doubt. We want to give people ideas that go beyond the abstract, giving them real-world ways to deal with loneliness and make connections that will last. Along our path to personal growth and better social skills, we find a guide light that shows us the way. Stay tuned, take a trip with us, and get lost in the conversation until the very end. Let's go on this journey together, looking for more than just understanding. We need to find the tools we need to get around in the complicated world of human interactions. Thank you for watching the movie. Before we get into the details, please like it to help spread the Stoic philosophy. Have you subscribed yet? If not, please do so and click the bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Let's get into the subject now. Lesson 1. Are you shy or introverted? Dealing with the complicated feelings of shyness or introversion can be hard, especially when it comes to making and keeping friends. Stoic philosophy, on the other hand, offers a unique and powerful way to get past these problems, turning shyness into a deep journey of self-discovery and personal development. The Stoic beliefs are based on the important lesson of accepting one's own nature, which is that some people are naturally shy or introverted. Marcus Aurelius and other great Stoics show us the way and stress that the first step to real change is accepting and knowing who we are. When we accept that being shy is a temporary part of life, we start a journey of deep self-awareness. Stoicism tells us to pay attention to what we can reach right now because it stresses how powerful the present moment is. In terms of social relations, this means a call to action, telling us not to let worries about the future or regrets from the past hold us back. We are told to act honestly in the present, without worrying about what might happen, because we are free from the chains of fear. Fear of what other people will think of you is a common cause of shyness. Stoic philosophers like Seneca show us the way to understanding by telling us to put ourselves in other people's shoes. It becomes clear to us that everyone has problems and worries inside. This greater knowledge frees us from being self-centered and makes room for more genuine and caring exchanges. The focus changes from worrying about how other people see us to genuinely caring about what other people are going through. Detachment from the result is a basic Stoic concept that guides this journey. Individuals who are Stoic focus on the process rather than the end result when they are trying to make friends. A Stoic mindset doesn't worry about being liked or rejected. Instead, it focuses on being honest and good in relationships. This change in viewpoint takes away some of the stress that comes with being shy, making it easier to make bonds in a more relaxed way. Stoic philosophy basically acts as a guide, directing people through the maze of shyness to a place where they can find themselves, make real connections, and grow as people. By studying these Stoic principles, we not only learn how to get over being shy, but we also learn a philosophy that changes social relationships into important and rewarding ones. Inability to make friends. Lesson number 2. People often feel disconnected when they don't have many social chances. Stoic philosophy, which is known for focusing on virtue, grit, and practical knowledge, unfolds like a guide, giving us lessons on how to get through these tough times and move on. Let's look into more detailed ideas that go beyond the obvious and reveal a wide range of ways to build relationships. Community service is a strong suggestion that fits with the Stoic idea of doing good for others. As a Stoic, volunteering in your community not only follows moral guidelines, but it also connects you with people who share your values. Doing things like helping to clean up your neighborhood, supporting charitable events, or working at community centers bring people together and build relationships that matter. To expand your options, you might want to attend classes or conferences that are related to your job area. In addition to helping you improve your skills, these kinds of activities put you in touch with workers who may share your values and goals, which can help you make connections based on shared goals. Exploring the outdoors is another way to connect with nature. Plan or take part in activities like climbing, biking, or group exercises that take place in beautiful outdoor settings where people can easily connect with each other. These places offer a calm space for making relationships that go beyond the everyday. Digital settings have a lot of promise as well. Join online talk boards or groups that are related to your hobbies and take part in the conversations. Along with making it easier to make real-life links online, this can sometimes lead to meeting up in person, connecting the virtual and real worlds. Practicing thanks is an important part of the Stoic way of life. When you're looking for social chances, it's important to value and recognize the relationships you already have. Stoicism cultivates a positive mindset that attracts new connections by teaching thanks for current relationships. These subtle and useful Stoic-inspired strategies invite us to make a fabric of links that go beyond the constraints of our circumstances as we handle the land of few social contacts. They are more than just ideas. They make a complete philosophy that gives our social interactions more meaning, sincerity, and a strong commitment to shared ideals. The third lesson is about trust. When it comes to making deep and lasting bonds, trust issues can make the complicated dance of human relationships seem impossible. People who follow the Stoic road learn to be self-aware and use their judgment to figure out when a connection is really based on trust. Let's go on a journey that is influenced by Stoic philosophy, learning how to handle trust problems with poise. Self-awareness is a very important part of Stoicism because it helps us deal with the problems that other people bring up. Stoic philosophy advises introspection before trusting others. Stoics say that getting to know yourself well is the most important thing you can do to handle the complicated world of relationships. Take the time to think about yourself and figure out where your trust issues are coming from. When it comes to trust, Stoics use ethics to help them make decisions. When judging others, pay attention to traits like honesty, ethics, and kindness. These are reliable signs of a person you can trust. Someone who has Stoic traits is more likely to be a reliable travel partner for you. Stoicism supports accepting that people's behavior might not always match your expectations because it acknowledges that outside factors can affect people's actions. In relationships, you should be stoic and accept that people are uncertain because you know what you can and can't control. Stoicism's central tenet is equanimity, or keeping mental harmony. Follow this rule in your relationships by not letting your strong emotions get in the way of dealing with problems related to trust. Stoics think that being able to handle your emotions well helps you make smarter, more thoughtful choices, which leads to better relationships. Stoicism encourages people to talk to each other in an open and honest way, especially when there are problems with trust. Talk about them freely with the people involved. This will encourage honest communication that fits with your Stoic values and makes it easier for real relationships to form. Stoicism stresses how important it is to have honest conversations in order to navigate the complicated world of human trust. Lesson number 4: not being able to handle people. When it comes to social interactions, Marcus Aurelius said, "Accept the things that fate binds you, and love the people that fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." Before you get involved in social activities, take some time to accept yourself. Accept and love every part of yourself, knowing that everyone has value on their own, no matter how socially adept they are. This Stoic base frees you from the chains of self-doubt and sets the stage for real relationships. Stoicism, which stresses making small steps forward in all areas of life, also applies to learning how to get along with other people. Instead of making yourself too busy with lots of social events, follow the Stoic ideals of slow growth. Slowly put yourself in new situations, letting your confidence grow at a rate that fits with Stoic ideas. Thinking about Marcus Aurelius's advice to love the people fate brings into your life, use virtue as your guide when you're with other people. Use traits like empathy, kindness, and understanding to improve not only your own character, but also the way people interact with each other. Create a Stoic space where asking questions, showing real attention, and encouraging open communication are normal. This will make it easier for real relationships to form. In line with Stoic ideals, say good statements to yourself. Pay attention to your skills, know that you are valuable, and have a self-assured mindset when entering social settings. When you're rejected or in an awkward situation, deal with it with Stoic ease, knowing that you can't change what's happening around you, but you can change how you react. Stoicism becomes a driving philosophy that changes not only how you see yourself, but also how you deal with others, helping you make real relationships based on virtue. The 5th lesson is about changing circumstances. During the ups and downs of life, relationships change through different stages, just like the tides. During these stages, it's important to recognize that the relationships of bonds may change, and to be Stoic enough to accept that change is a natural part of being human. Stoicism encourages us to be healthy in our distance from things, and it reminds us that bonds can change as our lives do. This lack of attachment shouldn't be seen as a sign of personal failure, but as a part of Stoic knowledge. We can't control outside factors, like the complicated dance of relationships. This is one of the most important things to remember as life changes. Stoicism offers advice on how to find community in these new settings. Life changes frequently require moving into unknown territory. Go to events in your new area, join clubs that share your hobbies, and do other things to become part of your new community. Not only do you make new friends, but you also feel like you really fit when you do this. Life changes are good times to think about things carefully, which is something that Stoicism encourages. During these times of change, take some time to think about your ideals, goals, and the kind of relationships you want. As you move through the unknown seas of change, use this practice of reflection as a guideline to help you make social decisions. Stoicism, with its knowledge, becomes a reliable friend when it comes to adjusting to how relationships change over time and finding connection in a life that is always changing. Lesson 6. Changing your goals. Stoicism pushes us to see life as a path where our goals are always changing and evolving in the complex weave of life. Stoic philosophy teaches us to understand the natural flexibility of these priorities as our work goals skyrocket or our family obligations take center stage. When you recognize this, you can take a stoic attitude to dealing with the changing scenery of life. Being stoic is very important during times of high work focus or high family obligations. Remember that the ups and downs of life's demands affect not only your schedule, but also the way you deal with other people. Stoicism puts a lot of weight on adapting in a good way. The Stoic goal is to fill these efforts with values like knowledge, courage, and justice as they grow in importance, aiming for greatness in all areas of life, whether they are work-related or family-related. Stoicism says that relationships should be thought of in terms of quality rather than quantity. When your goals change and time is limited, Stoics say to focus on making a few deep links instead of trying to please a lot of people. Stoics very much value real, deep bonds and think they are necessary for a happy life. This means that as life's goals change, Stoicism can help you adapt in a good way and build good relationships that make the trip more enjoyable. Lesson 7. Taking care of your mind. For those dealing with mental health issues that may make it difficult to make friends, Stoic philosophy can be a helpful guide. Stoicism, which is based on deep thoughts, offers a way to find your way through the complicated world of mental health and how it affects your relationships with other people. Stoicism is based on the idea that the mind and body are inextricably linked. Stoics recognize that a healthy mind is important to a happy life and the ability to create and maintain meaningful bonds, so this fundamental understanding becomes crucial when dealing with mental health issues. Stoicism encourages the development of endurance through mental practices when dealing with conditions like worry or sadness. Building up an inner strength that helps people handle their changing feelings is an important part of this. It creates a strong base for both personal well-being and social relationships. Mindfulness and meditation are important parts of Stoic practices, and they are also very important for mental health. By making these habits a part of daily life, people can live in the present moment, facing and getting rid of bad thought patterns. In turn, this makes it possible for more genuine participation in social relationships. Stoicism emphasizes inner peace as the final goal, and people who are struggling with their mental health can find comfort in Stoic ideals that emphasize this. Individuals who practice Stoic ideals find peace and tranquility, which makes it easier to make and keep important relationships. Stoicism, which stresses patience, awareness, and inner peace, can be a great help on the path to strong mental health and satisfying relationships with other people. The 8th lesson is about lifestyle choices. In today's fast-paced world, people who don't have friends often don't have them because of the way they live. Whether you have a busy plan or prefer to do things by yourself, Stoicism can help you figure out how to make important bonds despite these choices. Stoics recommend carefully considering one's goals when one is busy and their schedules make it difficult to spend time with others. Are these promises in line with our core values and our goal of making real connections? Stoic self-reflection helps people figure out which activities are important and which ones hurt their social well-being. When you're busy, it's important to make time for social activities. Stoicism stresses the value of balance, recognizing that while tasks are important, so are worthwhile relationships. By actively making time for social interactions, busy people can get around the limitations of their busy schedules and prioritize relationships based on virtue instead of ease. In the world of Stoic philosophy, choosing carefully who to hang out with is very important when we have a busy life. Stoic social priority means spending time with people whose values are similar to our own, even if we don't talk to them very often. Time management, which is a Stoic trait, turns into a useful skill. By following this rule, people can make the best use of their time to be productive and socialize, making sure that their daily choices are in line with their overall goal of living a healthy and satisfying life. Stoicism, which stresses living on purpose, can help you make smart choices about your lifestyle and make important connections in today's world. The 9th lesson is about differences and interests. Sometimes differences and interests, like different tastes and interests, can make people feel alone and like they don't have any friends. Stoicism, on the other hand, shows us how to bridge these gaps and make deeply important relationships. Stoicism, at its core, encourages people to accept the natural diversity of human interests rather than seeing them as obstacles. Instead, Stoics see them as chances for both individual and social development. According to Stoic philosophy, people should accept the things they can't change and find tranquility in the knowledge that not everyone has the same goals. Stoicism stresses the importance of being able to change, especially when life throws you problems. When it comes to having a lot of different interests, this means developing a mindset that enjoys new things and is open to exploring new hobbies. People who get out of their safe zones not only grow as people, but they also meet more people who might become friends. Stoicism tells us to concentrate on the things that make us human, even if our goals may differ. People can connect with each other in a real way when they share ideals, feelings, and basic experiences. When you're with people who have different hobbies, being genuinely interested in them can help you build a bridge. Looking for ways to understand and value the interests of those around us not only broadens our views, but also sets the stage for real relationships. Even when people have different hobbies, the Stoic friendship trio of goodwill, shared ideals, and mutual understanding stays strong. Stoicism says that these basic things can be strengthened by promoting understanding, finding shared ideals, and building goodwill. By doing these things, people can get past the problems that come up when they have different hobbies and make bonds that last. Being open to change, interested, accepting others, and trying to be good are all things that can be used to make links that go beyond individual hobbies. The Stoic way of life gives people the power to make friendships that last and give their life value and warmth.